Welcome. We've got a 2022 Norden 901 here. I'd like to do some riding, but a lot of parts are on back order, so I am unable to get a top box and the mounting brackets necessary. So I've picked up this great box from Nanuk. It is waterproof, dustproof, really good quality product, and we're going to get a little bracket made up to mount this to the back of the Norden temporarily. It's lockable, which is wonderful. And coming from a NC 700 with the frunk, I am missing a bit of storage space just for day-to-day riding. So as I said, we use this Nanuk box, mount it up to the back of the Norden, and see how it goes. So here we've got the back of the Norden. Mounting plates. We've got 4 mounting holes. I've got some 1" by 1/8 aluminum. First bracket's already started, just right across here. The case itself will sit on top of this bracket. Because the feet don't exactly line up with the other side, I will cut a little piece here. So the feet will mount there, similar spot this side, and there on the bracket system. That should hold the case in place, and some bolts coming up through the bottom with some wing nuts will make it nice and easy to remove if I need to on the fly. We've got the cross members mounted up, the rails are cut and temporarily put in place. Just going to do some quick measurements, try to get this as square and centered as possible. As you can see, the feet don't quite line up with that back rail, but I'm not concerned about strength on this. I think it'll do the trick. I made sure on the inside of the box there is room for those wing nuts to spin inside, plus some washers just to keep everything nice and secure. Just some pilot holes drilled temporarily for marking and drilling on the rail system. I guess you can't really check to make sure things are square too many times, so with the holes drilled in the rails for the bracket system, just double checking to make sure everything is square before drilling out those pilot holes in the bottom of the box. Would rather not have 100 holes in the bottom of this box, so we'll just make sure things are measured up and square. Get those pilot holes widened out into holes that will fit the bolts, and we can start doing a mock-up. Got some elevator style bolts here. They are M6, so we're going to match up everything with the existing stock bolt sizes on the bike. These holes in the rail system were drilled basically as tight as you could get it to the bolt without being too small. The aluminum's pretty soft, so it did end up kind of self-threading a little bit, and you'll see a bit later on in the mock-up I ended up drilling the holes a little bit bigger, getting rid of that thread a bit there, just so everything went together nice and tight. So we're coming up from the bottom of the rail. box is going to sit on top, wing nut in the box with some washers. I do have some rubber washers for roofing just to try to keep any rain or dust out. So rails are done, but I've only got the back bolts in place because I do not have the holes drilled on the mounting brackets. So there will be a hole here and another one up here to mount those rails right on top here. So I'm going to mount these back two that don't quite line up. I'll get the holes punched. The front bolt is going through both the rail and the cross frame on the back of the bike. All right, mock-up is working so far. And really just make sure I'm not stripping the bolts that are mounted into the actual back rack here. Going in nice and smooth. It is a gorgeous day out here, and the box has been mounted. Everything fits pretty well here. Nice and secure. Let's take a peek inside. Got the 4 wing nuts, some washers. I am going to get some thicker rubber washers here just to give a bit of flexibility for vibrations. As I said, this Nanuk box is fantastic, waterproof, dustproof. Pop over to their website. This is not sponsored by any stretch of the imagination, but these boxes are great. So I'm going to go for a little rip, see if this holds really well. As I said, this is a temporary measure just from the back order on a whole bunch of products for the Norden 901. But I'm hoping if this is a good solution temporarily, it might be a good solution long term, and can clean it up, make it a little nicer, maybe paint it, who knows. But in the meantime, this will work. If you like this video, thanks. There's nothing to subscribe to, so just enjoy the riding. Keep the rubber side down.